You are listening to the Million Dollar Coach Business Podcast with Amanda Karlstad, episode number 241. Welcome to the Million Dollar Coach Business Podcast, a show for coaches who are ready to up-level their business and take their impact, leadership, and results to $1 million level and beyond. If you're ready to break through your limitations and start taking powerful action and become the seven-figure version of you that your business needs in order to grow, scale, and thrive, this show is for you. I'm your host, Amanda Karlstad, master coach, high-level business mentor and advisor, master intuitive, and business growth and scaling expert. Let's get down to business. Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's show. I hope you're doing amazing. I am doing great. We are gearing up for summer officially here and looking forward to all the things that we have planned. It's going to be so much fun and I'm so looking forward to it. So today I want to talk to you all about something very important, and that is intentionality. And I want to talk about the importance of intention in your business. And the reason this is so important is that what I have learned is that there will be seasons in your business. There will be seasons in your life where, depending on which season you're in, either in your life or in your business, as you ebb and flow through these different seasons in your business and life, it is so important that you have intention for the season that you're in. And I'm sharing this because I've seen this come up a lot recently with so many of my clients. So, for example, so many of my clients right now are juggling being parents and going into the summer months and having the responsibility of parenting and loving that responsibility. And simultaneous to that, also having very big goals in their businesses. And as I consider this, even for myself, one of the things that I have been so grateful for, my past self, is that I have been able to be so intentional in how I have built my business, how I have grown my business, that today I get to reap those rewards. Today I get to run a very, very successful business while also being a very present mom, a mom who gets to do things like volunteer at school, who gets to go on field trips, who is there for last day of school activities. And when I reflect back, one of the reasons that I started my business in the first place was so that I could have this flexibility, so that I could have the flexibility that I have today, so that I could have more freedom in terms of my schedule, in terms of my time. And that was a very important intention that I set starting from very early on in my business. And because of that, I've been able to create a schedule and to create my calendar in a way that has allowed me to be a super present business owner and a super present mom, to be present and to be available for things that I wouldn't have been able to before. And for me, that has been everything. Now, does that mean that there haven't been seasons in my business or with my clients' businesses, especially in those early days, where maybe it does require that you are hustling a little bit more? Absolutely not. In fact, I can remember definite seasons early on in my business where, for example, I was meeting with clients at times that were not the times that I wanted to be meeting with them. They weren't ideal. And there were definite seasons in the business where, based on where I was willing to do things. I was willing to schedule in things, for example, that conflicted with my morning routine. And so there have definitely been seasons of that. But as my business has grown and as I started to work with more and more clients, it also became very clear to me just how important having strong boundaries are around your calendar, how important it is to have strong boundaries around your schedule, around your time. And because of that, I have been able to be so intentional about the schedule that I have today. I have been very intentional, for example, of when I am coaching my clients, when I schedule time to work on my business, when I schedule time to not be working, when I schedule time to do follow up with clients. Everything is scheduled. And as a result of that, I now have a calendar, I have a schedule where I work part-time hours and have a very successful business as a result. And I also know that looking back, had I not applied the level of intention that I did at the time, had I not taken the time to get clear on what I wanted not only the business to look like, but also my life, my calendar, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I want to offer to all of you today to get very clear on what you want your business to look like. And also with that, what you want your life to look like. And this is so vital to your success because what happens is when you are not clear, when you don't apply intention to how you're structuring your business, to how you are showing up in your business, to how you are working within your business, to your life, is that you will find yourself in a place of default and you will be at the effect of things external to you. And let me give you an example of that. A lot of times when we are working with clients and helping them go from, for example, that 6 or even multiple 6-figure mark into their next level, whether that's $500,000 or $1 million or even beyond. And this is also true for clients who are working to 6 figures. What tends to happen is that even though the financial goal might be very clear, whatever that might be for them, what also happens is that if you are not also fully intentional about what you truly want in the business and in your life, is that there will be inevitably, for example, ideas, or maybe you're seeing examples of things externally. You might be getting inputs from people externally that will cause you to question the path that you're on. That will lead you to a place where you're second guessing decisions that you have made. And even though more often than not, there are good intentions behind all of this, another common scenario that I see is that, and this tends to come up especially when you are in those earlier stages of business, when you're in the build phase of business, when you are doing a lot of what I call consuming, where you are finding yourself listening to all of the things, where you're consuming a lot on social media, for example, where you are in the search and hoping to find that magic bullet, so to speak. What happens is that all of those inputs start to impact your decision making. Those inputs create more mental load. It creates more mental confusion and you start to second guess. And it's very often where then you fall into a cycle of overthinking. And so when you are in these cycles, what I want you to understand is that you're not actually moving things forward in the way that you might think you are. And you're definitely not moving things forward in the way that you could be. When you're not radically focused on those needle movers in the business, like I talked about in last week's podcast episode, is so dangerous. And so one of the ways that you can stop this cycle where you can start to break free from the noise is by taking a moment to pause, is by going back to those intentions, is grounding yourself back into this place of intention and what you want to create. And what I have found is that this will be an ongoing process. It will be an ongoing process of refocusing, of recalibrating, of regrounding yourself back into your intention. And many times this might need to be done with a coach. This is work, for example, that I'm always doing with my clients, is helping them to get back to and helping to lead them back to their intentions and refining what their intentions are. Because as you continue to grow and scale, and especially once you've hit a certain level in the business, and I typically find this to be around that $200,000 mark with my clients, is what happens is that there is a real shift that needs to happen, that it becomes very apparent that what might have gotten you to the point that you're at is not also the same thing that is going to get you to your next level. And so anchoring into that and knowing what that intention is so, so vital, because your time, your energy, your resources are spread across so many different channels already. And so it becomes even more important as you grow, as you experience new levels of success, that you become so grounded in your intentions and you know what those are, and that you keep those at the forefront. So my friends, if you feel like you are spinning right now in any way, if you know that you're in an unprofitable cycle right now in your business, if you're trying to break through a pattern, and maybe it's a pattern you've been trying to break through for years, I want to invite you to ground yourself into your intentions. And maybe you're in a season right now where you need to go back and revisit and possibly refine what your intentions are. Get an outside perspective, get a non-biased outside perspective. This is where I believe coaching can be so valuable, and get to a place of intention. Decide what it is that you want, decide that you can create it, and get after it. All right, my friends, have a beautiful week. I'll talk to you all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Million Dollar Coach Business Podcast. If you're ready to step into the $1 million version of yourself and scale your business to 6, multi-6, or 7 figures and beyond, go to amandakarlstadcoaching.com.